and he's known for his cunning. Hey, everybody, we're here!
The Dragon Warrior!
Your Imperial Highness, it is with...
job, but I can't do this game on my own. You do not want me driving a train backwards.
You made it! What few safety rules?
Alright, I do have a few safety rules to go. They are. So the majority of filming takes place inside of these sound stages. They're basically giant warehouses that are 98% soundproof, and they're built completely empty so that filmmakers can create anything they need to inside of them. As we drive by soundstage 16, look over on your left because I'm inside, and that's one of my cues to hop off the mic. Even though they're 98% soundproof, that 2% can still ruin production. And for whatever reason, they don't want to hear my lovely melodious voice on their soundtrack. It don't make sense to me, but you know, I gotta respect it, right? Now this area, this is where they've been
even down to the tiniest details.
The soundstage is over on your right-hand side is where they film a lot of sitcoms. The Good Place, Martin, Coach, AP Bio, Good Girls, and right now we're driving by base camp for Mr. Mayor. So if you look over on your right, you'll see a lot of trucks. These are production trucks, trailers for the actors, hair, makeup, wardrobe. It all goes down right here, and even parking spots for some of the actors. Now over on your left-hand side, we're driving by our bungalows. These bungalows were used instead of trailers during the 30s, 40s, and 50s, the golden age of Hollywood. Actors were contracted to work with one studio at a time, and the contract lasts like 10 years. That stands for Mark Platt. He brought us Wicked to the big screen. In a moment, you'll see Bungalow 5195, currently home to the De Laurentiis Company, but before then, Alfred Hitchcock's office.
Good evening. My name is Alfred Hitchcock.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Tech. Inside of here, Kenan Thompson films his show Kenan. It's also where he filmed the reboot of Will and Grace. But the first production ever filmed here was Hairspray Live. Now what's cool about that is they filmed all their interior scenes in American Ninja Warrior, New York and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, New York and The Amazing Spider-Man, New York and Captain America The First Avenger, Chicago and The Blues Brothers, Hill Valley and Back to the Future, Paris and Billie Eilish's Amazon Prime concert. I mean, the list goes.
So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride.
Please remain seated.
Nobody's lived here for hundreds of years. It's so sure.
Rider.
After the future,
Yeah.
after the future ito.
Ayun.
So, mga Flintstones, oh.
So let's talk about the movie magic used to create picture cars. Most of them are not created using what you think. The Flintstones cars, those are modified golf carts. The Ferrari using Magnum PI has a Volkswagen engine, a dune buggy frame, and a fiberglass shell. And as we drove by the gyrosphere that was used in Jurassic World, you might have noticed the glass shield was missing. That's because it never existed. Glass is tricky to film with. If it's not angled perfectly, everything in the background reflects off of it and shows up on camera. So instead of trying to figure out how to angle a glass, you know what, folks? I think they might have escaped. That's crazy. Who's ever heard of dinosaurs escaping and running around the theme park? That has never been done before. Oh well. Instead, how about I show you a scene that used a mobile lab we passed, and I'll explain to you how it was done. So this is that same wooden mobile lab we just drove by. That, however, is not a cliff in Costa Rica. That's a parking structure we passed by during the beginning of the tour. Well, that's done because weather affects us emotionally. So we brought you here into Old Mexico so we can show you how to create a little Hollywood storm. Like most storms, ours starts off with a little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder. We let that go on for a bit, and then at the perfect moment, we make it rain. This is how you make it rain in the movies, folks. We use a highly sophisticated and intricate system that we call a sprinkler. And that's it. Shoot the water up, allow it to fall down to the ground naturally. You might notice the rain is only falling at specific places. We only need to fall where the actor would be standing, where the camera would be facing. All the rest of the areas, we really don't care. And if you're observant, you might notice that the raindrops, they're larger than you're used to seeing in nature. If you take a picture of real rain, you're barely going to see it. Think of the football or the baseball games happen in the rain, right? So that's a whoa. Can we get that? Oh, that's not. Sorry.
Ayun, nalaglag yung aking ano. 3D glass ko nalaglag.
Yeah, remember when I said there were water effects on the storm? So that was our flood. Thousands of gallons of water held in tanks on the top of the hill. All we do is open up the floodgates, the water runs down, splashes up in your face, goes right back up again. And with a splash, we cross the border from Old Mexico right into the wild, wild west. Welcome to 6 Points, Texas, y'all. This is where some of the biggest and the baddest movie and television cowboys have filmed, like Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. John Wayne filmed here, Clint Eastwood, Jimmy Stewart, and Jimmy Fallon.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal lot.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot here.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
The shark worked well enough for a while there and had the biggest hit of all time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
So the majority of Jaws filmed on the East Coast in Martha's Vineyard. But another production did film in our Amity Island area. Murder, She Wrote. That was Cabot Cove. In fact, we're driving around several from ABC's Desperate Housewives. But many productions filmed there before that show, many have since. 1313 Mockingbird Lane, the home of the Munsters, is located on that street. The Netflix show Never Have I Ever, which was created by Mindy Kaling, that's been filming there. This is also where Bel Air is filming right now. That's why it's black. Coming up here on your right-hand side, the yellow Mini Cooper was used in Mr. Bean's Holiday. We've got a bunch of cars here from F9. Dodge Charger is here. We've just entered one of the largest sets ever created in Hollywood history. The crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around the vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood?
3 months to build this set. They filmed on it for a week, and it's in 4 minutes of the movie.